is up, guys? It is time for yet another tier list video. I'm your host, BC Keen, and today we're almost done with the Pokemon type rankings. We have like, what, 3 types, I think? And today we're ranking every single ghost type Pokemon from gens 1 through 9. One of my favorite types right here, so I'm really excited to get into this list. But with that said, let's get things started. So as always, we have the Kanto region to start, and first up we have Ghastly. This is an example of just your average run-of-the-mill ghost-type Pokemon. Just kind of there. I like him, but I don't love him. But I do like Haunter a lot. Haunter, you know what? Might be a hot take. I don't know. I feel like Haunter has gotten as much iconic status as Gengar has gotten over the years. Hasn't he? Just a little bit? Like, Gengar is obviously better, but Haunter's been kind of getting up there in terms of people loving him, so I love him, so I'll give him a B. Gengar, as I said, is awesome. Maybe my favorite, actually, no, that's a lie. Not my favorite ghost type. One of my favorite ghost types, though. I adore Gengar. I have always loved him. Mystery Dungeon gave him a cool story in the first game, and he's just a cool Pokemon. I love that Ash finally got to have one of the journeys. That was great. I adore every one of these forms. I will say G-Max might be my least... Actually, no, I would say Mega's my least favorite of the 3 Gengar forms, but they're all great. Alolan Marowak. I cannot begin to tell you guys the thoughts I had when I looked on Cerebi.net and I saw that Marowak was not only getting a new form, but he was going from just pure ground type to a fire and ghost type. I was losing my mind. I was like, are you kidding me? And he looks phenomenal. His bones now got fire on it. It's blue instead of orange, which is cool. The coloring's great, and he's a ghost type. I love this. I adore his Alolan Marowak, sorry. But, yeah, easy A tier. And that is it for Kanto. That was really, really quick, so let's go on to Gen 2. Alright, so I think Gen 2 only has 3 ghost types. Because Shedinja is Gen 3, right? Yeah, it is. But anyway, we got Hisuian Typhlosion up first. Now, this might be a super hot take. I adore OG Typhlosion. I do not adore Hisuian Typhlosion. He looks fine. Obviously, he's now a fire and ghost type. But his design doesn't really sit well with me. I think it's mostly the face. I'm not really, like, I don't want to say emo, but I'm not down. It doesn't vibe with me for some reason. But he's still fine. I'll give him a B at least. I do love Typhlosion overall, but I can't put this form over OG Typhlosion. I just can't. I thought I did originally, but after some thoughts, I was like, you know what? I don't like him that much, but he's fine for what he is. Misdreavus, kind of the same tier as Ghastly, honestly, and like your, run-of-the-mill, average, everyday ghost-type Pokemon. I do love the little red necklace, and the hair is pretty cool, but, I can't put it in the higher tiers like B, A, and S, but it's a good Pokemon. Hisuian Corsola. So I think I ranked the OG Corsola like a D tier. This one's definitely better, but I would say it's just barely a C tier. I do love how it's like a haunted Corsola. I love the theming there. Definitely better than the OG Corsola for sure. But, yeah, it's not really that much better where I can put it in the higher tiers. But it's good. I'll take it. Alright, well, Gen 2 is done. We are flying through the first 2 gens. So, on to Gen 3. Alright, now we're kind of cooking with Gen 3 here. Here we go. We have Shedinja up first. I think Shedinja, you know what? I think a lot of people might put him in A tier. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Because here's the thing, Shedinja is a really cool Pokemon. His ability, Magic Guard, makes it so he can't be hit by most attacks, right? And the way you obtain him is you have to evolve Ninjask with a spot in your party, like a free spot, and then you get Shedinja for free, pretty much. So, he is a unique Pokemon, but beyond that, and the ability, of course, there's not a whole lot more to him, right? Like, he's just Ghost type anyway, right? He's not... Alright, is he Ghost Bug? No, he's like... Is he? I don't know. But, besides that, he's just kind of there, but, I'll give him a B tier. He is a pretty unique Pokemon. Sableye, I want to put an S so bad, but I'm thinking of who I have in the S tier right now, and I don't see Sableye of this, being in the same league as them, but definitely A tier. I am so happy they made Sableye like a villain character in the second dungeon game, where they're helping Dusknoir in the future. That was cool, and just the design, too. You got the diamonds for eyes, you got the ruby for the chest, and... like, I would see that in a horror movie and like it. Like, I don't watch horror movies that much, but if I saw this guy in an actual horror movie, I would like it versus be scared of it, honestly. I know it sounds kind of weird, but just being honest. Mega Sableye, same deal, A tier. So, I didn't know this at first, but basically the ruby in its chest pops out, and it's now using that as a shield. That is pretty damn cool. And, it's got raised defense too, right? Which makes sense because it's like, you know, behind a shield. And the eyes are now rubies as well. So, not the best Mega form, but, I mean, it's still Sableye, and I love Sableye, so definitely still an A tier. Shuppet and Bayonet. I would say Shuppet's kind of the same tier as these ones in C. Just another average run-of-the-mill ghost type. The eyes are cool again, I'll give it that. Bayonet is probably just barely a B, as well as Mega Bayonet. That Mega form looks actually terrifying. Like, that is a legit horror movie doll. Like, they, like, I already like Bayonet as is, but this Mega form just really upped it for me. I wouldn't quite put it in A tier, but, like, if I was ranking the old way, it'd probably be, like, right here, but we'll put it there. Duskull and Dusclops. I'm between C and B for Duskull. It is more of the, like, you know, average run-of-the-mill ghost types like these guys are. But it is a bit more unique in terms of how it looks, with the face being a skull and then the one red eye in the eye holes. I would give it a C. It's almost a B. It's like, if I was ranking these, it'd probably be right here, like if I was ranking the old way, but it's probably a C. Dusclops is probably a B for sure. Not my favorite ghost type out there, and there's not a whole lot going on, but he is a Cyclops. He's like a ghost Cyclops, and he's creepy, so there you go. Alright, Gen 3's done, so on to Gen 4. Alright, so if you know me, you know that there's one Pokemon in Gen 4 that's going in S tier. We'll get to that in a minute. But, Drifloon, if you guys have not read his Dex entry, you are missing out. So basically, Drifloon kidnaps little kids and takes them off to the skies somewhere. And, yeah, it's terrifying. He's like a freaking ghost, kidnapping balloon. And, yeah, so there you go. As far as where I'd rank him, the lore is pretty creepy. I'll give him that, but I wouldn't go higher than B, personally. And same with Drifblim, too. Like, their design is cool. I love the coloring, and again, the lore is pretty dark and disturbing. But, yeah, I do wonder, or no, wait, isn't Drifloon also a ghost flying? Or is that only Drifloon? I think it's both of them, right? Yeah. So, cool typing. Miss Magius. Or, sorry, Miss Magius. Is it worthy of B tier? It is better than Misdreavus for sure, but is it worthy of B tier? I would say so. I would say so. I do love how the hat's like a witch hat. That's awesome. That is like a perfect choice for a, like a ghost witch Pokemon. Spiritomb, easy A. Easy A. I adore Spiritomb. I love the cry. I love the lore behind Spiritomb in Diamond and Pearl. I love how you have to capture Spiritomb by basically going underground and talking to people, and then, you know, it is kind of annoying, but it's unique at least. And also the typing too, with it being Ghost and Dark. Until the Fairy type, this guy had no weakness. He had nothing. He was like Sableye pretty much, right? And then the Fairy type basically let you kill him easier. But yeah, I love Spiritomb. Dusknoir. Better than Dusclops for sure. But is he an A tier? Because I have used him before in battles, and he's pretty good. You know what? I would say A for one big reason. Mystery Dungeon. The story with Dusknoir and Explorers of Sky and Time and Darkness, that twist, if you know, you know, but that twist is amazing. So, gotta give it bonus points for that. I adore that game, and Dusknoir in that game as well. Frostlass. Good design. Love the typing being Ice and Ghost. I haven't used Frostlass that often, so I can't really... Well, we're not ranking based on competitive play, but, I would say probably a B. If I had to rank it, honestly, I'd probably put it at a B. I think if I had more time with it, then maybe, but yeah. Rotom is like, is it A or S? It's gotta be like A or S, right? Rotom is the definitive troll Pokemon. If you know, you know from the anime. Damn, it's so hard. I'm gonna say A for right now. It might change later, but it's at least an A. I adore Rotom. I love the typing, I love the design, I love the concept. I love how you get him in Diamond and Pearl, where you basically go into a mansion and you talk to a TV, and then he's like in the TV, and then he pops out and he battles you. That is awesome. Love it. Alright, Giratina, moving on. Arceus, Ghost type. They're all B tier, right? So, yeah, they're all B tier. But, anyway, moving on to Gen 5. So we kind of cooked with Gen 4, but Gen 5 for the Ghost type, they were really, really cooking, at least for the most part. So, we have Yamask. I love Yamask's whole concept here. Basically, the mask it's holding is like it's like its old face, and it became that thing, so that's some cool lore. Good design, nothing too mind-blowing, but, I like it. Ooh, Galarian Yamask. Probably the same tier. I do prefer Galarian Yamask, but they're both pretty much at the B tier. Configurigus, definitely an A. And where's, should I rank Runerigus right now, or should I wait? I'll probably wait. Yeah, I'll wait till Gen 8. But, dude, it's a coffin with ghost arms. How can you not love this thing? It is awesome. And also, there's an anime episode of Black and White where, they're in, like, a museum, and they get kidnapped by Configurigus. It's pretty disturbing, but, that was a good episode. Hisuian, Zorua, and Zoroark. Ooh. See, I am so glad I played Okami because they remind me of Okami. And I guess kind of, what is that series? Evangelion? I haven't watched it before, but I know people reference that when they talk about Hisuian, Zorua, and Zoroark. But just these designs, man. Holy God, they're so good. I already adored the OG forms of them, but these forms are just, whoo, they're so hot. Love them. Probably almost an S tier. You know what? I'm gonna say S, honestly. I'm gonna go with S. It might go down to A later once we get down to the list, but, for right now, they're probably S. I adore these forms so much. Frillish? It is Water Ghost, and it is a jellyfish, but I don't know if I can rank it higher than C. I'm torn. We'll come back to that probably, but I'll rank it a C for now. Jellicent's probably at least a B. I do love how these forms are, like how they did these because they're male and female and they're like king and queen, right? Like if you look at Jellicent, the male form has like a mustache and then the girl one has like a necklace right here sort of thing. So that is kind of cool. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll rank them at a B. Now that I mentioned that, they're probably a B. I like their whole concept here. It's pretty unique. Litwick, Lampet, and Chandelure. B, S. Chandelure is by far, oops, sorry about that, one of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Top tier. Easy. It is a ghost Chandelure with purple fire, and it's cool. I mean, you can't get better than that, right? I adore Chandelure, and they're, I feel like Lampent and Litwick are kind of underrated. Like, Chandelure is the best of them for sure, but, like, these guys are cool, too. Like, we got a ghost candle and then a ghost lamp sort of thing with arms. Or, like, the handles of the lamp are the arms, so that's kind of cool. Golett and Golurk. Ooh. I would say B. Actually, no. I would say B for Golett, A for Golurk. Like, Golurk being this giant ghost titan robot thing is pretty amazing. Like, if you watch the movies or the anime, they make him look super cool. I gotta admit. And his moveset's cool, too. You can have, like, body-type moves and, I think water-type moves as well. So he's got a pretty diverse moveset. That definitely bumps him a bit. Alright, Gen 5's done, so on to Gen 6. So Gen 6 is not quite as cooking as Gen 4 and 5, but they are cooking with one Pokemon, which we'll get to here in a second. Hoenn, Doublade, and Aegislash. Easy A tier for these guys, easy S for Aegislash. One of my favorite Pokemon of all time, after a couple years, has been Aegislash. At first I already loved him because of the whole concept, but I've used him in battles. I adore this guy so much. He is, like, easy top 10 for me. He is by far my favorite, I would say my favorite modern Pokemon in terms of, like, post-Gen 5. Like, the 3DS era. Best Ghost type, best Steel type. And yeah, he is, like, easy top 10. I adore his whole concept. And also Hoenn and Doublade, they're not quite S tier, but their whole concept is cool. They're like ghost swords. Pretty amazing. Phantump and Trevenant. I would say, Phantump is, like, he's on the verge of C and B. I would say probably a B for now. Trevenant's probably, like, I would say a B. It is a ghost tree, I mean, right? It's close. This guy might be right here. I don't know. We'll keep him at a B for now. I might circle back to this, but, yeah, I'm gonna... Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna say A. Final offer, I'm gonna say A. I'm not a huge, like, Trevenant lover, but, the design is pretty awesome, and he's a cool Pokemon, so. Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist. So, I might be kind of biased here because Gourgeist was on Team Rocket's team in the anime. But I actually really like Gourgeist. I'll give that guy a B. Pumpkaboo's probably a C, though. I gotta admit. I do like the whole pumpkin concept, but doesn't go that far with that. I do like how, like, you can get, like, multiple sizes of Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist. Like, the pumpkin's bigger for certain forms. But besides that, they're just kind of good for the most part. Not great. But, I'll give bonus points to Gourgeist for being on Team Rocket's team in the anime. And then finally we have Hoopa. So the movie was not great. The Clash of Ages, I think I mentioned that before, but the movie was not great. Like, yeah, there was a lot of, like, legendary Pokemon that appeared, but it was too much. It was, like, a very overstuffed movie. But the Pokemon, Hoopa, also Unbound's on here is probably also an A as well. But, Hoopa's whole concept is pretty goddamn terrifying, where it's like she throws her rings and she can spawn in stuff and, like, go to different locations. It's like Doctor Strange, pretty much, right? Like Hoopa is the Doctor Strange of Pokemon, where you can, like, throw rings or, like, make rings, and then you can go to, like, different locations and, teleport and warp stuff. So, cool design, too. And, I mentioned a second ago, but, the Hoopa Unbound form is probably also... Actually, that might be an S tier. Maybe. It's either A or S, but it's, like, around that zone. Alright, 6 is done, so on to Gen 7. Yeah, so far, Ghost type is really cooking right now. There are no Ds or Fs. Now, will that be the case for the whole entire list? We'll see. But, on to Gen 7. So, first up, we have Decidueye. Easy S. Not as cool as Incineroar, but I do adore Decidueye being the grass and ghost type. It's like a ghost archer owl thing. Love that. What is this? The ghost form, or, yeah, the ghost type Oricorio. They're all kind of at a B tier for me. I mean, I don't really prefer one that much over the other. My favorite is probably, the red one, right? The Violet form, the fire type, but they're all kind of neat. Alright, next up we have Sandygast and Palisand. Being a guy from Florida who, like, is surrounded by beaches, I'm kind of biased here, but these guys are probably, like, a B for me. Like, maybe, like, a high B if I was ranking them based on that. Actually, no. They're gonna go in A. They're going in A tier. I'm gonna be biased here. I'm sorry. I have to. Like, playing Sun and Moon and seeing those sandcastles and being like, oh, wait, those are Pokemon. I'm like, what? I was stunned. I'm like, dude, they made a sandcastle Pokemon and it's a ghost type? Like, dude, and the shovel, too, where they got, like, the shovel in their head. pretty damn amazing. So, yeah, this gen really cooked with creativity, I gotta admit. Sobali, Ghost type, they're all probably S tier. I love Sobali. Easy S. So, same deal there. Mimikyu. Ooh, easy A. It's so close to S. It is, like, on the verge of being an S tier. He was in Smash Bros. For a reason, because people adore this guy. Like, I will admit, at first, I was a hater of Mimikyu. I hated the concept. I was like, wait, what the hell is this Pikachu ripoff thing? And then, as I played it, and I'm like, you know what? Oh, that's why he does that. And then seeing him in Smash Bros., like, I love him now. I went from a hater to a lover of Mimikyu. Like, I did not like him at first, but then over time, I loved him, and I do now. So, there we go, A tier. Delmise. Ooh. This might, oh, man. I gotta be real with you guys. I love the concept. I love the whole, like, ghost grass anchor concept. But he feels very forgettable. Like, the way you find him in that one area with a 1% chance in fishing is kinda the reason why he's so forgettable, because you will most likely not encounter him unless you actually spend time to fish him up. And he's cool, but, like, he's just, like, he's kind of there for me, you know what I mean? He's not D or F because, again, the whole concept of him being a ghost anchor is pretty unique, but he's just, he seems kind of forgotten about for the most part in terms of other Gen 7 Pokemon, so gotta put him in a low C tier. Lunala, easy S. I think I mentioned before, but I think Sun and Moon have the best pair of mascot legendaries with Solgaleo and Lunala, because both are great, and honestly, I was torn between this and Solgaleo. I mean, I like lions, obviously, but, like, I love Lunala. It's a great design. It's like a crescent moon sort of thing where it does its attack, and just the pattern where it's like a little star pattern, the coloring. Oh, it's so good. Love Lunala. What is that? Dawn Wings Necrozma, I think is what it's called. So, another easy S. And then Marshadow. I love the movie. I Choose You. It is ghost fighting too, right? That is kind of neat. But, you know what? I would say A. Just barely an A. Also, I think that's like the Z form for some reason. I don't know why it's separate, because it's not really a new form, but okay. Or wait, is it? I don't know. But, yeah, I would say I love Marshadow. He is kind of one of the more forgettable, or not forgettable, but like the lesser known event Pokemon in history, but, yeah, he was great in the movie, I gotta admit. And I do like him overall. And then we have Blacephalon, the Ultra Beast from Ultra Sun and Moon. The typing's cool. Ghost Fire. He does look... You know what? That's the easy A. Design alone... The fact that he throws his head and it blows up like a bomb... I mean... How do you not love that? Like, that is such a non-Pokemon concept that they would not go for, but they did, and it works. So, yeah, plus the legs, too, being all rainbowy, and then, just a great design. I love Blacephalon. Alright, again, none in D or F right now. We'll see if that continues, but, on to Gen 8. Alright, so Gen 8, we're kind of back to cooking here. So we have, Sinistea and Polteageist up first. The whole concept is freaking phenomenal. It's like some ghost tea that you drink and it makes you sick or something. And also, the handle is a hand, right? That is awesome. Like, I love Sinistea. Polteageist, same thing. Like, here's the thing. I don't love Sword and Shield. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before numerous times. But I gotta admit, I think it might still have the best list of new Pokemon of any generation, because they were cooking with the designs, and these two are, like, one of the best examples, because, like, they're just tea, but they're ghost tea, and they made them, like, make sense, so, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so we have Cursula, which is the evolved form of Galarian Cursula. So I ranked this guy a C, at least the pre-Evo. I would give this guy probably a B. Cause like the whole thing here with it being like a ghost tree, that is kind of cool. But is it of the same tier as my A tiers? I would say personally it just misses out, but it's definitely like maybe like a high B if I were making it that way. But I do like Crystal a lot. Runerigus, you know what? I might go S here. I might go S. The moment I saw this guy, because here's the thing. I went to the wild area, right? And I got a Galarian Yamask, and then I evolved him, because I'm like, wait, how do you evolve him? And then I saw Runerigus, and I'm like, yep, on my team, permanently, not taking him off. And I was content with it, because this guy, like, I love Cofagrigus already, but this guy is, like, the next level, because, like, he's now, like, these ruinous blocks, and he's, like, a cool pattern, and he's a ground type now, so pretty damn awesome. Dreepy, Dracloak, and Dragapult, right? Ghost Dragon, awesome typing. I would say Dreepy's a B. I would say Dracloak is probably also a B. Dragapult's probably an A. I'm not a huge fan of Dragapult. I mean, I do love the typing, and the design is cool, and the whole, like, the way it bites is unique as well. But, like, we'll get more into it once I get to the Dragon-type tier list, but, he is not really my favorite overall Dragon-type, and, I do love him, but he's not in the same level as, Flygon, Rayquaza, Dragonite, who else? Reshiram and Zekrom. He's really good, but I can't really see him in S tier. But, also, we got Giratina, like, another Ghost Dragon type. You can't really put them in the same tier, I'm sorry. you just can't. Who's this? Spectrier, the Ghost Horse from, the DLC? I would say, you know what? I would say A. I think I might prefer Glacier just a little bit more, but I do love Spectrier. The fact that its hooves are like these little ghost cloud things, and the hairdo is pretty cool as well. Oh, also Calyrex riding Spectrier, also an A, I guess. Maybe, no, probably A. I would say A. Oh, here we go, Basculegion, the Hisuian evolution of Hisuian Basculin. I did not think they'd give Basculin an evolution, but honestly, the lore behind it, it works. So basically, this Pokemon forms from the dead bodies of Hisuian Basculin, right? That is, again, disturbing, and is a non-Pokemon thing, but they actually did it. So, bonus points there, but honestly, I'd probably not go higher than B for both forms. I mean, nah, they're probably B. I do like them, but, I think they might be just a bit too much in terms of design. I don't know. Like, they have cool coloring, but I think the tail might not sit well with me, like the red and light blue, whatever that is. But I do like it. It is a good Pokemon. Alright, we're done with Gen 8, so on to our final Gen being, of course, Gen 9. Alright, Gen 9, we are once again cooking with this Paldea dex here. So, we have Skeledirge, almost an S tier. Almost. Because he's a Gator, and we love our Gators here in Florida, but, actually, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna say A, final offer. He's not, like, I do love him a lot, but he's not quite in the same tier as my S Pokemon, I'm sorry. What is in that tier, though, is Ceruledge. Easily my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon. Far and away. Fire Ghost, the coloring is fantastic, he looks cool, he's got fucking ghost swords, his armor looks sick, he's got fire on his head. Like, that is my kind of Pokemon, because I love the fire type, I love the ghost type, and I love great designs, and this guy fits the bill to a T. Easily my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon, far and away. Adore Ceruledge. Bramblin and Bramblegast. Also, lazy name there, Bramblegast. Should have been called Bramboozle or something. That would have been a great name, but, anyway. Bramblin... This might break the streak. This might break the streak. I got it. You know what? I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. I get the joke here. It's a ghost tumbleweed, but it's a tumbleweed. And they're boring. I'm sorry. So, there goes our streak. I'm sorry. We almost got to no D's or F's, but I had to give Bramblin a D tier. I'll give Brambleghast a C tier, but just barely. I'm not a huge fan of these Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Greavard and Houndstone, right? I love dogs, and this guy's like a ghost haunted dog, right? And apparently it can sap energy from people. Is that how the lore says it? But yeah, I would say B for both. I adore Greavard and Houndstone. I would say Greavar's definitely the better Pokemon here, but actually, you know what? Wait, that's B tier, right? Wait, no, that's A. Hold on, they should be here. This might be a, do I want to do it? I might piss some people off. I like Greavard. I'm not a huge fan of Houndstone. I don't know why. I think it kind of just loses its cuteness, where it's like it just puts a freaking tombstone on its head. It doesn't look that creative to me. And the name too is kind of lazy, similar to Brambleghast. Freaking Houndstone, that's the name. I don't know. It is what it is. But I don't hate Houndstone, but after some thoughts, I gotta put it in C tier. Oh, here we go. This was an A originally, but I did use him recently in some battles. He's an S. He is a goddamn S. I love Annihilate. I did not think they would take Primeape of all Pokemon and give this guy a ghost form who is like one of the best Gen 9 Pokemon. Easily. The way you evolve him is cool, where you teach him Rage Fist and then use it 20 times, I think, or something like that. And just, oh my god, this guy is just, like, look at him! He's cool! Like, they took Primeape, who was not really that cool of a Pokemon in Gen 1, and gave him a brand new ghost fighting form, and it's dope! He is great in battles. Like, holy shit, I love this guy. Jesus! Alright, Fluttermane, who is the, Paradox Misdreavus. Or, sorry, Misdreavus, as some people say. I say Misdreavus all the time, but yeah. It's not that much better than the OG form. I would say probably a B. I do love a lot of the Scarlet Paradoxes, but this one's one of my not-so-favorites. It's not that unique compared to its OG form, but it is cool looking, I'll give it that. I love the extra set of, like, little hair wing, whatever you call that. Hair wing, that's a word. Gimme Goal. Here we go. Now we're talking. I think most might rank him an A tier based on the whole, like, Gimme Goal event that was going on before the game came out. I would say this form's a B. This form's probably an A. I like Gimme Goal, but I don't like him that much. I think the chess form is, like, just barely an A tier. But it is cool. And again, that whole event where it's like you saw Gimme Goal in Pokemon Go, and then people were like, what the hell is this thing? And then it was a new Pokemon they were able to, like, after that. But, like, I took part in it. It was cool. I'm like, wait, who is this, like, coin robot tiny thing? And it was good. Goldango's probably an A as well. I love this guy. I mean, come on, he's gold. I'm a king. Kings love our gold. Easy. And also the surfing form, which is not on here, but when he activates his, sorry, I'm stuttering. When he does his ability, right, and he does the whole, like, golden surfing thing, that form is sick. I love that form. It's not on here, unfortunately, for some reason, but that'd be, like, a very, very high A tier. And then we have, let's see, this is Sinistra and Poltergeist, right? Did I say it right? I gotta be real with you guys. I'm not a huge green tea fan, and I don't think these forms are quite as good as Sinistra and Poltergeist, but they're still definitely an A tier. Because, again, great design, great concept, but I don't think they're quite And again, it might just be because I'm not a green tea person. That might be a fair argument, but, yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Sinistea and Poltergeist over Sinistra and Poltergeist. But they're both great designs. I love them. Alright, and we are done. Alright, so there is our final list. Again, the ghost type for this list was cooking. We have a pretty even split between S, A, and B. We got only a couple in C and then one in D. We had no Fs. Again, I love the ghost type. We had a good streak going until Bramblin came up, but yeah, one of the best types here, easily. I love the ghost type. Always have, always will. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, what you would change. And I'll see if I'm either, you know, in the majority or the minority in terms of certain ghost-type Pokemon. But I will see you guys in the next tier list video. And until then, like, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!